So glad that you're here today. Do you want to hear a story? I think it's a great... Do you want to hear a story? Oh, yeah. It's a great story. It's a story about a brother and a sister and how every day they'd have breakfast, lunch, and supper together. And every day Mom would say to the kids, to her kids, let's pour you. I didn't have any milk in the house, so we're going to pretend that this colored water is milk. Mom said, "Oh, my sweet little kids, I'm going to pour you some milk so that your teeth can be all strong." And Mom would say to the brother, "I'm going to pour you some milk. You just say when." And she'd pour, and she'd listen for when her little boy would say when. And she'd listen, and she'd listen, and she'd listen, and then finally her little boy would say, "When?" And then she'd pour the rest for her little girl and say when. Okay, that worked. And then breakfast would pass, and then it would be time for lunch. And then the brother and the sister, they would come to the table, and Mom would say, "Let me pour you some juice so that you can get all strong and grow up healthy." And said to her little boy, "I'm going to pour you some juice now. You say when." She listened for when her little boy said when. When he had enough, she'd wait, and then he'd say, "When?" And then she'd say to her little girl, "Okay, tell me when." And they'd eat their lunch, and then it would come time for supper, and they'd sit around the table. And Mom would say, what would be another? You got milk, you got juice. What's another? Water. What would be fun to have? Chocolate milk? Yeah, chocolate milk for supper. No Gatorade. So Mom would say to her boy, "Oh, I got some special chocolate milk for you. It was on special. You just say when as I pour it for you." And the chocolate milk, all sweet and creamy and delicious. She'd wait to hear her little boy say when. She'd wait, and she'd wait, and she'd wait, and she'd wait. And then he opened his mouth, and he said, "When?" And then she said to her little girl, "Okay, so you say when." What do you think the sister was feeling? What was the sister feeling inside of her during this?
Sad.
Feeling sad, feeling embarrassed. Yeah, sad for herself, embarrassed for this brother who didn't know how to do what? He didn't know how to say when, and because he didn't know how to say when, there was no sharing that went on. How do you think the brother was feeling?
Yay, because I get more.
He was feeling good because I get more, is the answer. And is that the kind of way that we want to feel good? No, not at all. How do you think Mom was feeling? Oh, Mom's trusting that they will learn how to say when.
Angry.
Yes, Mom. You just imagine Mom. Oh, Mom's voice sounded sweet, but beneath that voice, you can imagine Mom feeling angry. How else might Mom be feeling?
Sad that the boy wouldn't share with his sister.
Yeah, sad that the boy wouldn't share with his sister. Because, as you said, he didn't know how to say when it was enough. Do you know when it's enough?
Yes.
You know when it's enough? I'm glad that you know when it's enough. It's an important thing to know when it's enough, because knowing when it's enough allows us to share. We're going to be talking in church today with the adults about enough and what it means for our hearts not to be filled up with the wrong things, but to know when certain things are enough so that our hearts can hold God. All right? Okay. Well, thank you. I wanted to hear how you were feeling about that so that the adults could start to think about how they're feeling. Because the adults, they pretty much have mostly all the chocolate milk that they want. But sometimes when you have to go through someone else and share, doesn't happen. Okay, so who are the children's worship leaders this morning? As they come forward, let's stand up and give a blessing to the adults in the congregation, okay? Let's turn around and find someone out there. Maybe it's someone that you know. Maybe it's someone that you don't know. And look them in the eyeballs and say, "May God bless you as you stay to hear God's word." And they'll say,
"May God bless you as you go to hear God's word."
all right, have fun downstairs. I'm still saying it. Have fun over there.